Ukraine and Russia are an eternal unity, and anyone who tries to divide them is a Nazi.
Це повна нісенітниця. I am Volodymyr Sviatoslavich, called the Great, Grand Prince of the Kievan Rus in Ukraine. I know a lie when I hear one. I ruled Kiev in 1000 AD, over a century before Moscow was even founded, and we were the true Rus. The word means rowers in Swedish. We Rus princes were from Viking blood. Those Muscovites are just vassals of the Mongol horde. I see they still pretend to be what they are not.
Ukraine is ancient. The huge A-frame megastructures of the Tripilia culture formed Europe's first cities in the forested Ukrainian, Moldovan and Romanian steppe 7,000 years ago. The Swedish Rus traders formed the ruling dynasty in the Slavic city of Kiev, founded officially in 482 AD. Prince Volodymyr converted the city to Christianity in 988 AD. In 1240 AD, the Mongol horde swept through Kiev. From then until 1380, the remnants of the Kievan Rus Empire, such as the city of Moscow, survived as vassal states of the Mongols. It was, in fact, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth that most fully inherited the culture and state forms of Kievan Rus, though the Muscovite Empire called itself Russian after 1547. When the Russian Empire conquered Ukraine in 1793, it instituted a policy of Russification, banning the Ukrainian language and enforcing conversion to the Russian Orthodox Church. This policy intensified under the rule of the new Soviet Union after 1922, despite Ukraine being officially recognized as a separate state by the Bolsheviks. From 1932 to 1933, under Stalin's policies, food was shipped out of Ukraine, leading to a mass starvation or Holodomor. Over 5 million Ukrainians died. Ukrainians eagerly voted to leave the Union in 1991. However, this left Ukraine with a large minority of Russian-speaking people who felt wary of Ukrainian nationalism. The situation was eagerly exploited by the new Russian ruler Vladimir Putin, who claimed that Ukraine was just a Western ploy to separate Russia from its ancestral homeland. Putin's ideologue Alexander Dugin argued that it was Russia's destiny to rule a Christian empire from Vladivostok to Dublin. Kiev was its heart, and Putin its Tsar. Dugin's Eurasianism is based on a non-historical theory that Russia is sacred and eternal, a reincarnation of Rome and Byzantium that transcends modernist democratic rights. In late 2013, President Viktor Yanukovych broke his party's campaign promise to apply for EU membership and instead said Ukraine would join Russia's Eurasian Economic Union. Protests erupted on Kiev's central Maidan Square and across Ukraine. It is true that the USA expressed support of the Euromaidan. It is absurd to claim they organized it. Opposition leader Poroshenko won 55% of votes in internationally supervised 2014 voting. In 2014, Russian troops occupied the Crimea, and in 2022, they began a near-genocidal invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainians, led by Volodymyr Zelensky, refused to capitulate.
The attacks were characterized by massacres, by torture and terror, and by a worldwide campaign of misinformation calling Ukrainians satanic westernized Nazis. Putin argued that he wanted a multipolar world, meaning that several big powers should make key decisions rather than using the European way only. The election of pro-Putin President Donald Trump has added to his influence.
So what happens next? Can democratic Europe survive? The challenge is as serious as it was in 1939, and understanding this history is part of solving it.